I hope you don't have surgery today.
Well, why not? I mean, I can operate with my eyes closed.
Stop it. I'm serious. You're in no position to be overtired.
I feel fine, and I've got a light day. Oh, by the way, we're having company for dinner tonight.
Was that a question or a statement?
Well, it's pretty important, so I was hoping that...
All right. The answer's yes. Who's so important?
Someone from Prescott Development is coming over with some of the preliminary plans and figures for the clinic. So be as sweet and charming as possible.
That comes easily enough.
Oh,
Who's so important?
his name's Gil Prescott. It's the owner's son.
Anybody here? Hello?
David, it's 7 o'clock in the morning.
That's right, and the ink's still not dry. Come on, get out here.
Oh,
Come on, come on, come on.
right.
Coming.
Ink on what?
Sit. Sit down. Sit down.
I'd rather lay down, David.
Reviews, Angel, in the music sections of 2 New York papers.
Okay, about me?
Very good. Very good.
David, the club we played last night wasn't exactly the biggest one, huh?
Neither are off-Broadway theaters or baseball stadiums for farm clubs, but everybody starts somewhere, right?
What'd they say?
No, first the prelude, so you understand the full import of these articles.
David, just read the paper.
All across this great city of ours, record company executives are waking up, sipping a cup of coffee, patting their dog on the head, and reaching for these. And you know what record company executives turn to first when they grab their...
music reviews.
Wrong, the comics. Then the stocks. Then, judging from some of the types I've met in the business, the fashion section. But eventually they read that.
Becky Hewitt, best of the new breed? Let me read that.
Just before pure, soulful music was dealt a death blow by pseudo-profound punk garbage, Becky Hewitt has come onto the New York scene to remind us what it means to rock.
What did you pay him to write that?
Hey, this guy, Lawrence Sawyer, the man hates me. Kidding, I thought he'd burn you good just to get back at me.
Well, what happened?
What happened, Becky? You're what happened. Talent happened. I mean, you practically knocked the typewriter out from under his chubby little spiteful, obnoxious fingers.
So what good is a good review from somebody who's like that?
That's my opinion of him as a human being. He's a great critic.
Let me read it.
Look, you can read that article
No.
all day.
No.
First, I want you to know what the other critic had to say. You know, Becky, there's 2 sides to every issue. Now, the guy in this paper, Sammy Hendershot, he's tough. But let me tell you why he's so important from a managerial standpoint. He's almost always right when he says someone's going to hit or miss. I mean, he's panned record company prodigies, and he's been right. He's handpicked the nobodies, and up they went.
No good, huh?
Becky Hewitt has about as much looks, charm, and talent
David, I don't want to hear
as
it.
any other of the big label's well-groomed, over-promoted headliners. What they lack and what Hewitt has is a freshness, a guileless, full-bodied approach that this industry's pre-programmed hit machine can only dream of. Becky Hewitt, you're a hit!
I don't believe this!
Of course you don't believe it. That's because you never listened to me. I said
I don't believe
great.
this.
I said you were 1 in a million, but you figured out that's what he
Russ.
tells all the girls. I saw it in you. I said, call Russ.
He's gonna hear about this.
I don't believe
Hello?
this. I don't believe this.
Is somebody there? Somebody just picked up the phone and hung up.
Let's go to breakfast. Go get dressed. Forget about that. Don't. And she dials again.
Now nobody's answering at all.
Let's discuss the meaning of this great mystery over steak and eggs. Becky Hewitt, you're a star. Russ will hear about it soon enough.
Well, did Ben drive you to work? Nope, he left before I did. I came to visit someone.
Oh?
Miriam.
Oh, Laura, that's very thoughtful.
I can't say I'm going to go leaping in there, but I'd like to help if I can.
Well, listen, she has been through a lot, but she has been improving.
I'm sure seeing me will bring her around, if nothing else will. Look, Mom, I have to talk to you about something. I can't talk to Ben about it.
What's that?
Gil Prescott is coming over for dinner tonight.
Jason's son?
I really don't want him in my house, let alone be nice and charming to the guy.
Laurie, woman to woman, this is no time to get flustered.
Yeah, I'm sure Gil would love that.
Well, look, as far as tonight goes, just be yourself and don't let him bother you, and let Ben know how you feel whenever you think it's best. Well, listen, I've got to go, and I hope your visit with Miriam goes well.
Thanks.
See you.
What is this, a vision from the past?
I came to see you, Mrs. Mason.
Oh, I thought maybe you were a candy striper or something.
I'm glad to see you still have your sense of humor.
Look, what is this? Is this maybe shock therapy?
Excuse me?
I don't want to see you, and you don't want to see me, so just get out.
I do want to see you. I came to the hospital just to see you.
Oh, right, yes, now it's all coming back.
What?
Well, the way you'd always say, you forgave me. And that fresh face of yours just crying away in the courtroom. We really had you on the run for a while, didn't we?
Mrs. Mason, I
Oh,
want...
stop it! You're always around whenever I lose, and you're always around here just to remind me what I haven't got.
I'm here to remind you what you could have.
You took Paul.
Miriam, please.
You stole my husband and you got away with it. You made it look public and legal and everything, and you made me look stupid.
You know that's not true.
Nurse, get her out of here. Come on, just get out of here. I don't want your visits, and I don't want you stealing from me anymore. Other people may think you're sweet, but I still see through you. You took Paul. And you took Frederick.
I insist, Jeff. I want you to have this check as a security.
Well, it's not as if I couldn't use the money, but I don't need any security. I trust you.
But starting next week, the remodeling begins, and this might help make up for whatever inconveniences there may be. And there's the first month's rent in there.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Oh, well, there's my ex-patient.
Hi, Jill.
How's it going?
Oh, you're looking better and better. Let's see.
She's just about lively as ever, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I should guess so. Hardly the same girl I was treating a couple months ago.
I guess I never did thank you, did I?
Well, from what I hear, Jeff is the one you can thank. He did a lot more for you than I did. Listen, I have to go. Jill, I'm glad I got to see you again. Jeff?
Right. Thanks again for the money.
God bless.
What money?
Oh, remember I told you about the clinic next door they're going to make out of the storeroom?
Oh, yeah. Build a clinic, get a check.
You know something? If you would have waited about 6 months to pass out in the bookstore, I could have saved you a trip to the hospital.
Right. I made a decision about working in the bookstore to pay off the bill.
And?
I'll do it.
Come on, you make it sound like it's a suicide mission.
Well, you have to admit this place is sort of like a slow death. I mean, well, don't take it personally, but I've seen libraries that are jumping in comparison to this place.
Look, if you've got any suggestions to liven it up, go right ahead.
She kept going back to the past, telling me how I took her husband away. It was awful.
Well, Lori, I'm sorry it didn't go any better, but you did give it a try.
Mom, that it didn't go better doesn't bother me half as much as what I felt when she said those things.
What do you mean?
I hate to even admit it, but when she was accusing me and playing back the trial to me, this anger rose up inside me. It was that old gut feeling that I had against her, a feeling that I thought I had overcome.
That can be very sobering. You know, sometimes I think I've finally got a handle on Nancy. I think that I really love her with God's love, and then she does something rotten and I want to scream.
It was terrible. I wanted to show her how concerned I was, and I left feeling so angry with her.
Well, Lori, at least your motives were sincere. You know, when we love someone with God's love, we do it in faith. We may not feel compassion, but we know there is compassion in the spirit God gives us. And in faith, we work through that spirit.
But, Mom, I didn't work in that spirit.
Now, I'm not saying that you succeeded, and I'm certainly not trying to excuse any mistakes. I'm just saying that you need to try again, to let God's forgiveness fill you up so much, not even Miriam can stop you.
Good news, good news.
Well, Peter, what a surprise to see you here.
Such beauty should not go unnoticed.
What's the good news?
Well, I have a scholarship to Kingsley College.
You what?
Yeah, I just found out about it this morning at work, which is where and how I got it.
Through Prescott Development?
Yeah, it's just a partial scholarship, but it should take me through the first 2 years.
Oh, Peter, I'm so proud of you. And Jason didn't even mention anything about this.
I wanted to surprise you.
And I was so worried you didn't want to go to college.
I was worried about the finances. But thanks to Gil, our worries are over.
Why's that?
It was his idea to give me the scholarship. He helped convince his dad. Yeah, I practically owe this whole thing to Gil.
How do you like your new position so far?
Well, it's a little unsettling to be walking down the hall past a group of nurses and all the laughing and gossip stops. You know, everybody tries to look official.
Like when I pass a group of interns.
The price of being a supervisor, but I do enjoy it.
You're not working too hard, I hope. You do go out occasionally.
Alex, I only hope you're more delicate with a scalpel.
What? I mean, it was just an innocent question.
Well, yes, I am getting out enough, and thanks for your concern.
Well, if you're ever trying to kill a weekend and you have absolutely nothing to do, your last friend has left town, and the loneliness and boredom are just unbearable, don't hesitate to give me a call.
Jason, there you are.
PD, how are you? Sorry I'm late. Hiya, Alex.
How you been, Jason?
Busy but happy. Just came from Hollister Mall. The construction's going great.
Jason, there's a question I'd like to ask you about my son, if you don't mind.
You heard?
What's that?
Jason has provided a partial scholarship for Peter to go to Kingsley College.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Wonderful.
It wasn't Jason. It was Jason's company.
Well, you made the final decision.
Only after my observation of Peter being a hard worker with a man in great potential. I was objective through the whole thing.
Thank you. I really mean that. You don't know how much you've helped out.
Pleasure. Oh, look here. I got the plans for the nurses' wing. Oh, doesn't look like this table's going to be big enough.
I'll just move my coffee back.
Oh, thank you, Alex. That did it.
Have you checked out that plumbing problem?
Yes, I want to talk to you about
Well,
it.
I think I just better be running along.
Well, are you sure? I'd love to have your input.
I'm afraid I wouldn't be much help on the construction of nurses' wings.
Alex, thanks again for the coffee.
See you, Alex.
Doc! Hey, Doc, here I am, right on time.
Well, hello, Harold. I thought I told you to lose some weight.
I did. 7 pounds. I weighed myself this morning.
With both feet on the scale?
Oh, no, Doc, you know dieting isn't easy for me. You gotta be happy for what progress I did make.
Well, we'll more accurately judge that progress on my very own calibrated, standardized professional medical scale.
Well, I just had a big lunch.
Uh-huh.
Jeff and Liz aren't here.
I came to see you.
I was afraid you'd say that.
I was hoping you might have a change of heart.
You must be a glutton for punishment.
You are still here. You were going to leave not too long ago.
Well, I have you to thank for that.
You have the phone bill to thank. And if I use the law to help you pay your debts, so much the better.
Look, I told Jeff that I'd work in the bookstore to pay for that stupid thing. Then I'm gone.
I'm sure.
You don't believe me.
That's why I came, Joe. Look, I have seen so many juvenile offenders who don't have any respect for the law.
Well, don't get on me for finally owning up to my debts.
Is that the real reason you're staying?
Sure. There's some other reasons. I've made some friends here. And it's cheap to live here. I'm not paying any rent.
And I have nothing to do with it?
No, don't flatter yourself.
Jill, I want to offer you a place to stay. With me. Look, I don't mind telling you how lonely the house is with George away.
In jail?
And the idea that my own daughter is so close and living in what amounts to be a stranger's house, no matter how nice they may be.
Look, I've been living in strangers' houses all my life. Some not so nice.
I'm giving you a chance to change that.
No, what you don't understand is you are the stranger. The fact that you're my mother is something, I don't know, biological. But I wish you'd just stop pretending that you have some right to me.
I have never presumed on that. Look, I've tried to be understanding. I just wish for once you would try to see my side of this. You've got your whole life ahead of you, Jill. I don't. And if it's taken me this long to discover what really matters, excuse my imperceptivity. But don't deny me the right to my change of heart.
You can change it all you want, because I don't care. Not anymore. It's not like it was then, when I was paying for your decisions.
So I'm paying for yours now. Does that even things out? Is the score all you care about, Jill?
That's justice, isn't it?
There's something higher than justice. Mercy.
Right, I know, mercy. That's what people expect when I get hurt. Well, the mother you stuck me with didn't know the meaning of the word. And neither did the judges that I faced as a kid.
Well, this judge does.
This judge is looking for a favor.
What I am looking for, Jill, is forgiveness. I don't have the courage or the patience or the emotional strength to keep looking.
Then save yourself the energy. Because the answer is no to moving in with you, no to forgiving you, and no to everything to you. For once and for all, I wish you would just please leave me alone.
Now, these cost estimates are exclusive of medical equipment.
No, still, they're very reasonable.
Well, my dad's been giving you some cut rates on equipment. He does that whenever a project hits what I call his altruism nerve.
I see.
You know, that's located right next to his heart. Hospitals, clinics, and churches do it every time.
Well, that sounds commendable.
Well, actually, I was going to ask if there's any way it could be surgically removed. No? Well, his generosity is just doesn't help the company's ledger.
Now, come on, you can't fool me. Prescott Development is one of the most prosperous companies around, and I think Jason's generosity has a lot to do with it.
Almost ready.
Great, I'm starved.
Oh, Gil, Lori told me you helped Peter get a scholarship.
Oh, yeah, I mentioned it to my dad, and he agreed. Would you like to have a seat?
Oh, that's okay. I have to keep an eye on the casserole.
Tell ya, she can cook, too. She's too good to be true.
Well, now, I won't elaborate on all her human weaknesses, but I don't think there's anyone around who can even come close to her.
Try though they may. But how long were you seeing each other before you got married?
I don't know, what was it, 2 or 3 months?
Around there.
But as soon as I met him, I knew.
Actually, she was my patient. And she'd been in a bad car accident. She was bedridden, had hurt her spine pretty badly.
Hey, Ben, could you help me set the table?
Sure, let me wash up first.
Lori? Do you have anything else to drink?
Ice water.
Well, if anyone questioned your talents up to now, you answered them tonight. That's 2 great shows in a row, Becky.
Well, you know, the crowd was even bigger than it was last night.
Word of mouth. The reviews in the paper certainly helped. I've already got the manager at this club trying to extend the contract.
That's great, David.
Oh, be serious, Becky. The worst thing I could do for your career is keep you tied up in this small club for too long.
Onward and upward, huh?
We'll play out the terms of the contract, then we'll see. The key thing right now is to get you on the charts. Then you can open for someone on the concert circuit.
Can you imagine that?
I imagine very little. I'm reality-oriented.
Oh, wow, David, that is really together.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Miss Hewitt,
Yeah?
could you?
You want my out? This is crazy.
I've seen you twice now. I think you're great.
Tell your friends.
These are the first autographs I've ever given anybody.
Keep it up, and they won't be the last.
Oh, well said. There's a place for you in publicity.
Can you believe that?
It's been a long time since I've seen someone get so excited about giving an autograph. Come on, let's get back to the hotel.
Let's as in let us.
New York City streets, Angel. I'm just coming along for protection.
See, safe and sound. You had nothing to worry about.
Yeah, well, the muggers saw me and they stayed away.
Yeah. I'm gonna try giving Russ another call.
I wish you'd give up on that. He'll call you when he can, if he wants to.
Still no answer. You know, we haven't talked to each other in 2 days.
2 great days. There's a causal relationship there. You not talking to Russ and your career skyrocketing.
Look, don't make yourself too much at home, okay? I kind of need my beauty rest.
I liked what I saw tonight, Becky.
Well, thank you.
No. More than just the performance. Tonight on stage was your night. Now here, it's gonna be our night.